Hey, friends. Thanks for having me. My name's Joel LaViolette, and I'm an mbira player. And I think a lot of you guys have seen the mbira. Uh, but I'm here to show you how to listen to mbira music. So, mbira music's different than a lot of music that we're used to listening to. A lot of times, people, when they listen to music, they just kind of have it on in the background and they're just hearing it and they're not really listening very closely. But the mbira is all about active listening. So, active listening, it means like the words say, it means when you're listening to mbira music, you want to be really active in trying to listen to all the different parts that are happening. So, I'm going to kind of show all some of the different parts that are happening when an mbira song is playing so you can learn how to listen to mbira music. So this is the mbira here, and you can see it's a block of wood with a bunch of metal keys, and each key is plucked with your finger, and the mbira is played with two thumbs and then your right hand index finger. So you have three different fingers that are playing. And then you can see on the mbira itself, you have a lower row, and then a middle row, and then an upper row here. So each row can have its own independent melody. So you have three different melodies that are all going on at the same time. And each melody is its own melody. It's its own separate independent melody. So the first thing to start doing when you're listening to mbira music is try and listen to those main independent melodies that are being played. Once we get past those, we start listening for other melodies, which I call resultant melodies, which are like mixes of those original three. But we'll get into that later. So for now, I want to just start bringing in one melody at a time for the song Nemamusasa, and we can start hearing how these melodies all interweave with each other. Let me switch cameras here. Okay. Pardon the mess in the background. This is a working studio. So let's look at Nemamusasa now. Let me move this camera a little bit so you get a better view. There we go. So I like to start with the upper left-hand melody here. So on our upper left, we can have a melody on Nemamusasa that sounds like this. And so this melody is cyclical, which means it goes around in a circle and then starts back over. So you could think of this as the first melody, and then number 2, 3, 4, and then we're back to 1. So see how it's going from high to low. It goes da, 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 bum, 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 bum. So that's our first melody. Now I'm going to show you a bass melody down here. So this melody, while the first one we saw was descending, this next melody is ascending. So it goes like this. So I like to think 1, 2. So it's ascending, right? Goes low, middle, high. So if we put those two melodies together, we'll hear how the melodies, they start in different points, but they come together. And so it sounds like this. So if we listen actively now to that upper melody first. Dun, 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 bum, 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 bum. And now we listen into the ascending bass line. So see how we have two different melodies with different starting points that are happening at the same time. Okay, now we're going to bring in a third melody here. So the right hand, I'm going to play the right hand by itself. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I could, if I wanted to get real clever, I could actually split that into two different melodies. The left thumb, or sorry, the right thumb by itself is going, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's kind of a different way you could think of it, but for now we'll keep them together. 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to put all three of those melodies together. So as we're listening, we can start listening, instead of just hearing this all as one big thing. Now that you know the three individual melodies, you can really be listening in closely to hear each individual melody as it's happening. And you can sing them. I'm singing the bass line. I'll sing the middle line now. Now the high line. So those are the three main melodies that are being played. But remember I talked earlier about what are resultant melodies. So if we look at, remember I took out on my right hand just the thumb. I'm going to play just the thumb, and let's look at what happens when we combine the thumb, the right thumb, and the upper melody of the left hand side. So that's like a new melody, right? A new rhythm. let's listen for that melody as we're playing. So you can kind of mix and match different notes from these three melodies and make new melodies. And that's what we do when mbira players are singing. We're listening to the mbira and we're trying to hear melodies in the mbira music. So if you hear an mbira player singing, you can listen closely to the mbira and try and hear the melodies that I'm singing on the mbira. So let's try that now. Now I'm going to start improvising a little bit with these melodies as I'm playing, coming up with new melodies, but they're all based on those first three melodies. So if we listen to the bass now, that ascending line, I'm going to start improvising and changing that line a little bit. That melody in mbira. So that's a little lesson in how to listen to mbira music. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.